What is up, YouTube? This is Chris, the Unprofessional Dad, and I'm back with another knife video. Premium knives, Sabenzas, Shamans, on and on and on, Microtech, ProTech. I love them all. I want them all. I want every single knife, premium knife there is. My list is so daggone long that I will never accomplish fulfilling everything on that list. I know that. But here's the truth. The majority of the knives that I get are not premium knives. They're actually budget knives. I think that's the case for most people. And honestly, I get far more requests for budget knife videos, budget knife reviews, and things like that. Because realistically, more people have and buy more budget knives than they do premium knives. So what I'm going to do today is a video on my top 10 knives that are under 50 bucks. Now, before I do that, welcome to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you all, and I hope that this video finds each and every single one of you all in good health and a happy life. I wish the best for you and your families. Now, just a really quick reminder, March 3rd is right around the corner, so if you're not already, most people already are, but if you're not already aware, the big contest giveaway is just around the corner. If you want to be a part of that, remember this is not a normal giveaway, it's a massive one. What you need to do is right now, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then go watch the other video, Huge Knife Budget Giveaway. It's only a few minutes long, and it'll tell you exactly about the giveaway, what we're giving away, and how you're going to, the one thing, simple thing that you got to do to be a part of it. It's free. Do what it says and you're in. And then come back and finish this video. But we want to make sure that everybody, and that's why I repeat this constantly, and I talk about this every single video, is I want to make sure that everybody that takes the time out of their lives to watch my videos has an equal chance to be a part of that giveaway. Because we're going to have a lot of fun on March the 3rd, and I want you to be a part of it. All right, so when I do this list of 10, I've got a few alternates that I'm going to throw in along the way. I want everybody to understand this is not the 10 overall best knives under 50 bucks on the market. This is the top 10 knives, in my opinion, that I have. There's all kinds of knives that I would throw in this list if I had them, but I don't have them. So this is the top 10 knives that I have. And also, in my opinion, I've got all kinds of knives under 50 bucks, all kinds. I literally done this video last night, and it was an hour and 20 minutes long because I had 25 knives on the table. So I shrunk it down. I've got 10. That's it. We're going to redo this, and these are the 10 knives under 50 bucks that I have. And one last caveat. I will not tell you the price on any of these knives. I'm not going to do that. Across the board, I researched them. I looked. Right now, every single one of them can be bought under 50 bucks. Whether it's $20 or $49, they're all under 50 bucks. All right. So let's get started. The very first knife that I'm going to show you all, and also these in no particular order. These aren't from worst to best or nothing. They're just 10 knives. So you might see the best in the middle. You don't even know. All right, so the very first knife that I'm going to show you all is a knife from last night's 3-knife challenge. It's the Civivi Brazen. Now, I love this knife, and one of the reasons why I'm going to include this knife is because not only is it a Civivi with D2 steel, but it's also a knife that almost everybody not only can afford, but also find access to. You don't have to go online and buy one. You don't have to order from an online retailer or anything like that. You can go right to your local Walmart because Walmart sells them now. So you can go almost to any sporting section in any Walmart and you can find the Civivi knives. There's 4 different ones that they carry: the Elementum, the Praxis, the Brazen, and one other one. I can't remember what the other one is. But the Brazen, this is the one that they carry. It's a Tonto tip. You know, some people don't like Tonto. Some people love Tonto. It is what it is, but the big thing is it's a D2 blade. So you get a very sturdy blade with excellent edge retention. It's a good sized blade as well. You get good jimping on the top there. It's not a lot. It just goes to the dual thumb studs, but you get jimping. Now, it's micro jimping. It's not aggressive at all, but for some people, it'll be enough. It's got a nice finger twirl right there, so you get good ergonomics on a finger grip. Again, dual thumb studs, full steel liners, a deep carry pocket clip where the screws are reset into the handles, and it's reversible. So left or right-handed. Now it's tip up only. and it is a liner lock. But overall, what you get for this knife, you also get a flipper there as well that is jimped. It has jimping, so it gives you excellent action, good grip on that flipper, boom, right out. What you get with this knife for under 50 bucks, you get a Civivi, so name recognition, a great brand. You get an excellent steel for that price. D2 is a good budget steel. You know, you see a lot of, I mean, Medford Praetorians are still made in D2 for a reason. They're very durable blades. They have decent edge retention. You get a lot of edge length right here, cutting edge, because it's a Tonto tip. You're getting a lot of cutting surface right there. Excellent G10 handles, great ergonomics, steel liners just all the way around. You're getting so much with this knife for under 50 bucks. It's crazy. It's a great deal. And all you got to do is just run in next time you're at the grocery store, run over to the sporting goods side if you shop at Walmart, and get you one. And if they don't have them, I'm telling you, they sell so many, they're going to be back in stock soon because Walmart sells a lot of these Civivi knives. So they try to keep these Civivi knives in stock. But there you go. Civivi Practice, under 50 bucks, one of the best knives that I have, and one, in my opinion, one of the best knives that you can get across the board for under 50 bucks. Definitely check that knife out. Now, this next knife is a knife that I'm tickled to death with. I really didn't think I was going to like this knife that much because of how short it is, how small it is, but I've actually come to really like this knife a lot. And the blade is fantastic. Now, it's a front flipper. It's the Civivi Acorn. Now, a lot of people will use this as a fifth pocket carry. A lot of people will use it just as a standard EDC knife because for most people, a lot of people, it's not too small. For me, it's a pretty small knife. I mean, this is a 3-finger knife right here. Not even 3.5. This is a 3-finger knife. Now, if I choke up with that finger choil on the blade, now it's a 4-finger knife. You know, but you also run risk of cuts and stuff like that, Band-Aids and everything else if you choke up on that blade. But it's got excellent, it's probably got the best jimping on the table as far as knife goes. A lot of, and look how much from there to there, you've got a long stretch you got a little interstate right there of jimping. So you got a lot of real estate to get a good grip on this, a good firm hold. Excellent micarta handles. Another knife that is deep carry. For the most part, it's deep carry. Screws are inset into the handle, and it is reversible. Left or right handed, tip up. Another one with steel liners. It is a liner lock, and it's just all around great. Now, the Acorn is 14C 28M blade steel, so that's nothing special. It's no super premium steel, but 14C, decent edge retention, decent toughness, decent corrosion resistance for the price that you're paying under 50 bucks. It's pretty decent. Excellent. Here's the thing that makes this knife so great. Look at that blade. Look at that blade. You get such an excellent geometry on this blade, a great sharp point for piercing and poking, but the thing is, you've got a belly right there. This thing is a slicer, a really nice flat grind, you know, all the way around. This thing is awesome. It's a convex grind, but just a beautiful, beautiful grind right there. This thing is a great little knife. Great little knife. For 50 bucks, you can't beat this thing. I mean, this is a fantastic little knife. Excellent EDC. You can carry this thing right here and do so many different things with it. I mean, food prep, just general EDC, whatever you need. The sliciness of this blade is insane. I've really grown to love this knife, and I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do, especially because here's the one downfall. And see, this one I struggle with because there's not a lot. The reason it's got such good jimping is because it is a front flipper. And the difference is now, on the Momo, the Kizer Momo, you know, I done that video and I talked about how that front flipper, the little bar or whatever that sticks up for the front flipper sticks up 1.5 inches. So it's way too much. It catches on stuff and things like that. But this is the other extreme. Excuse me. You don't have hardly any real estate at all to get right there. That's why there's so much jimping, so that you can really get some good traction to get that front flip. You really got to sling that wrist, or at least I do. So some people can use their fingers and stuff. I can't do that, but this other hand, you know, you got some good traction for that. That's what the jimping is for. But it is a front flipper. There's no thumb studs. Now, there is a thumb hole, so you can do the reverse flick. I can't do the reverse flick. I've tried. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It is what it is. But the front flipper, you got that. So you got the thumb hole and a front flipper. So for those of you who are capable to front flip or use your thumb flip or your reverse flick, it's going to be no problem. But just all around, it's a great EDC knife, under 50 bucks. Right here. Don't need to say more. I show this knife all the time for a reason. This knife has pretty much stayed the same the entire time it's been in existence. Now, yes, they did lighten it up. They slimmed it down because the regular 110, it's heavy. I mean, that's a beast of a knife. But when it comes to hunting knives and stuff, when you talk folder knives and you say the word a buck knife, there are so many knives that are called buck knives that aren't buck knives, because it's so common and so beloved that the term buck knife has just been transferred onto so many knives because of how good it is. Same thing goes with the 119. There's a lot of fixed blades out there that aren't buck knives, but they call them buck knives just because of the 119. But the 110 Slim is a great knife because you're going to get a lot of the things that you're getting from the 110, but you're getting it in a slimmed down, easy to carry version. You can also get these orange handles, which are great if you're a hunter or a camper or anything like that. So if you lose it out in the woods, in a campsite or anything, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So you're going to be able to find it real easy. It does have a deep carry pocket clip. Screws are almost inset, but not completely. And it's reversible. So you got left or right hand, it's tip up only. Now this is a lockback version, and we know how good lockbacks are. This is not a fidgety knife. This is a knife that you have to open with intention. This is a knife, a deliberate opening knife. Like, you deliberately have to open this thing. This isn't a fidgety knife or anything. Now, it does have dual thumb studs for that extra action and stuff to make it easier. But it is a lockback, so it's going to be safe and secure. Lockbacks are one of the most secure knives on the market, or at least locking systems on the market. And what you'll notice is a lot of lockbacks will be in the middle, the locking system, or it'll be up towards the front. With the buck, it's back here at the rear. So pretty neat, really secure, really safe. Look how much blade you have. Look how much cutting edge. You got a really nice swedge there, a good piercing point. People that hunt, fish, skin animals, different things like that, the buck is a great knife. The 110 Slim, because again, one last time, you get all the features that you love in the 110, but you get it in a slimmed down, lightweight, easy to use and carry, EDC friendly version in the 110 Slim. And every single collection needs to have a 110 Slim. If you don't have a 110 Slim, you got to remedy that situation and that problem, because it's a classic. There are a lot of knives that people want to get that are more fancy and stuff like that, but if you're truly building a collection and you want it to have all the bases covered, one of the bases, it's like first base. It's integral to the game of baseball. You can't have baseball without first base. You can't have a collection without having a 110 Slim, in my opinion. You gotta have it. It's a necessity to knife collecting. It's an excellent knife. Now, if you have the 110, you don't have to have the 110 Slim because you've got the 110 covered, but you need to have one or the other. This next knife is another lockback knife. A lot of people might disagree on this knife, but in my opinion, this is a knife that everybody needs to have, especially if you're somebody that just wants a knife to use. You don't care about the glitz and glamour. You don't care about the smoke and mirrors. You don't care about the fidgetiness or anything. You just want a good, solid knife. Then it is hard to beat the Kabar Dozier Hunter Series. This thing is fantastic. Excellent. GRN knife handles. You've got a great D2 blade. Now you can get this in AUS 8, I think. You can get it in some 420 or 440. You can get it in some different steels, but this is the best, in my opinion, that they offer in the D2 for this knife. It only has one thumb stud, but you can reverse it to left hand or right hand. It's not a deep carry pocket clip, but it is a pocket clip that you can reverse to left or right side. Another one that's a lockback. But you notice with the buck, it was in the back. With this one, it's in the middle. So you're still getting that safety and security and reliability of a lockback knife. Another knife that's not fidgety or nothing like that, but that's a very satisfying snap when it locks into place. Excellent knife. This knife is a knife. And I've watched other videos where they've talked about this knife, and I've actually taken some of the things that I say because I already believed it. But then when you hear people that you respect, like a David C. Anderson or a Zach Whitmore from Zach in the Wild when he was on Blade HQ, and they would talk about this knife. I've heard so many different knife tubers on YouTube talk about this knife, and they all say the same thing, that overall, this knife does not have the things that a lot of people want in knives these days. But when it comes to just brass tacks, reliability, performance, capabilities, and stuff like that, the Kabar Dozier Hunter is one of the best knives out there under 50 bucks. It is extremely capable. It is safe. It is reliable. It has an excellent hollow grind blade, so that's very slicey. This one is coated. All the hardware is coated as well. You can get it in different colors. You can get these handles in different colors. Just an all-around amazing knife. A great point. This is almost a spear point. They call it a drop point, but it's almost a spear point. But just a fantastic slicey blade. If you are somebody that does construction, if you're somebody that does whittling, if you're somebody that you don't care about, you're not a real knife enthusiast and you don't collect and stuff, you literally just buy knives to use, and that's what you use them for. And when you or if you're somebody that does like knives but you use everything that you buy, you're somebody that puts the stuff that you buy to use. You like owning them, you like buying them, but you use what you own. You are going to absolutely love this knife. As simple as it is, because it is very simple, it's going to blow you away how good it is. The duck, listen at me. The Duck Hunter, the Buck Dozier Hunter series is a fan. And they also have this in a skeletonized boot knife or neck knife that you can use. Fantastic. But I like the folder the best. They have a mini, they have several versions. This excellent, excellent knife. This next knife is the best knife on the table, hands down, no question. All day long. This is a knife that I don't put in 3 knife challenges because I would have to put it against knives that are 3 times its value. Otherwise, it's going to smoke everything it goes up against. There's nothing that's going to compare to this knife unless I put it against knives that are far, far, far more expensive. It's the Rat 1. Tell me I'm wrong. All of you out there now, you all might think I'm wrong, and it's my opinion, and I probably am wrong. Whatever you think is right, because your opinion is correct. The next person's opinion is correct. My opinion is correct because they're just opinions, they're not facts. And my opinion is this is the best overall knife out there under 50 bucks. This is, in my opinion, the best overall worker beater knife that there is. You can't beat the Rat 1. You just can't do it. Everything that you want in a worker, in a beater knife, a workhorse of a knife, everything that I can think of is here. Everything. 4-position pocket clip. Left hand, right hand, tip up, tip down, whatever. It's almost like a Spyderco for that fact. You got all 4 positions. Has excellent thick steel liners with nice spacers in here. Give you solid, secure, firm grip. There's integrity to this grip. Like, it's a strong, reliable, rugged beater knife. It has an excellent blade. Look how much blade you have right there. Now, this one is in AUS 8. You can get it in D2. Nowadays, you can even get it in Magna Cut. Now, they're more expensive, obviously. You know, you're pushing 100 bucks and stuff, but I mean, they're under that, but they're up there. This right here, you can get under 50 bucks, just under 50 bucks. Now, if it's D2, it's just over 50 bucks. But the Allstate version is just under 50 bucks. It has excellent G10 handles. Again, 4-position pocket clip, dual thumb studs, so you get excellent traction. This is another knife that is not a fidgety, glitz and glamour, keeping up with the Joneses, just the next best thing that is out on the industry and the market, and people are keeping up with it because of a fancy blade shape or fancy materials and stuff, or the fidgetiness or a fancy lock. It has none of that going for it. It is a bare bones, amazing beast of a knife. If they could put one of those beast of burden oxens into a knife, right here you go. This is it. This is the beast of burden version of a knife, because you can camp with this, you can hunt with this, you can use this for EDC, you can use this for tactical. It is so rugged and strong and can take so much abuse. They knew what they was doing with this knife, and that's why they are so popular. And again, tell me I'm wrong. If I put this against any other knife in its category, it's going to smoke everything that I put it against in a 3-knife challenge. I can't come up with 2 knives that I could put against it. It's going to beat everything. Everything. I'd have to put it against Spydercos and stuff like that for anything to have a chance. It's got excellent action. Now, it's not fidgety action, but it's good action because of those thumb studs. Again, it is the liner lock. Just all around, look at the ergonomics, how big this thing is. The ergonomics on this are fantastic. It's got excellent jimping. Now, there's not a lot. It's only right here in this little cradle where I set my thumb. But that cradle gives you some piercing strength. So you can pierce, you can slice, you can cut, you can do whatever you need to do. And it's such a slicey blade that you can do anything with this almost. You can hunt, you can skin, you can prep food, slice vegetables and fruit, you can do EDC, a box cutter, whatever. This knife is capable of all things. It is just fantastic. And under 50 bucks, this is the best knife on the table in my opinion. No question. Just as a workhorse and beater knife. Now the next knife is the best overall for looks, feel, like if you're wanting something that gives you that premium feeling on a budget. Just a great EDC knife all the way around. Just is beautiful. It looks awesome. Materials wise, everything else. Probably already know what it is. It's the 801. I show this knife all the time for a reason. It's a classic. The poor man's Sebenza, as I call it, because look at it. What does it look like? Kind of has a Sebenza-esque look and feel to it. Look at that blade. It has a very Sebenza-esque feel to that blade. Another one that's got that jimping just right there in that little cradle for your thumb. Dual thumb studs. Now these thumb studs aren't as long as like the thumb studs on your... Look at how long those thumb studs are. You get a lot of real estate there to get a hold of, so you can really flip that knife out. Now this one, the thumb studs are not. You see them, they're much shorter. So you don't have as much real estate to get with your thumb to flip it. But they compensate with a flipper right there. So you got that good action still. This is steel handles, full steel handles, and it's a steel frame lock. All of your hardware, like your deep carry pocket clip, and that is truly deep carry with the screws inset into the handle. All of the hardware, even the pivot and the thumb studs, all blue anodized, so it's beautiful. This thing looks great. I heard it said by David C. Anderson on a Knife Center video, and I've said it a million times since then because it's one of the truest statements that I've ever heard said. If this knife was made inside of America, this would be over $100. Because it's that daggone good. Now the blade steel is 14C 28M blade steel, so you get fantastic blade steel for an under $50 knife. Just all the way around, this thing is just excellent. Now the one thing that I struggle with is because it's a frame lock, I put too much pressure on that frame sometimes when I go to use the thumb studs, and it's a little bit of a problem for me. So I have to be real careful how I hold that frame lock. But other than that, I can open this thing easy. Look how much blade shape you've got. Look how much edge you've got right there to cut with. And you've got another flat grind that's super slicey, super piercy and pokey with that blade tip. And it's 14C, so it's strong, durable, and reliable. It's going to have decent edge retention, good corrosion resistance, decent toughness, on and on and on. This thing is under 50 bucks, but if it was an American-made knife, this thing would cost over 100 bucks. I have no doubt. Fantastic knife. This is the one knife I tell everybody. If you're getting into collecting, or if you're a person on a budget, and you want to get a knife that gives you the most expensive, premium feel on budget price points, the 801 is the best knife on the market to do those things. If you're a brand new collector and you don't want to step up to those premium knives yet, and you want to learn your stuff before you move on to premium knives or next level knives or expensive knives, however you want to say it, then start with the 801. You're going to get a lot of the features and feel of a premium knife in a budget package right here. It's excellent. Really quick, let me show you a couple of my alternates. I'm going to show this first one right here, and this is going to be very controversial. Very controversial, but this is my video and it's my opinion, so I don't care. This knife should be on everybody's list. It should be a knife that everybody owns, period. The Ozark Grail, or the Ozark Trail, but Ozark Grail. I know a lot of people right now are spitting their coffee out. How could he say that? That's a Walmart knife. That's $10. Because I have never seen a knife as capable as this is for $10. You get, with this crossbar lock, you get the best fidgety action. It's insane. I mean, the action is insane. You get these excellent orange handles. You get a pocket clip that is reversible, left hand or right hand. Now, it's not deep carry, but so what? It's $10. You get full steel liners, and it's very secure and safe, strong and sturdy. You get a massive amount of jimping on the blade and the handle right here, and you have dual thumb studs. So you can use the lock to open it and close it, or you can use the thumb studs for excellent action. Excellent action. Now here's the best thing. This knife is $10 and it's D2 blade steel. Now I'm going to address a few things really quick. This is what I'm going to hear. The heat treat on that is garbage. It's horrible. It's horrible heat treat. It's terrible D2. Yeah, it's D2, but what kind of D2 is that? It's probably some garbage D2 that's not good quality. I hear all those arguments. All those arguments are valid points, but you can throw all those arguments right out the window with the bathwater. Do you know why? Because this knife is only $10. I don't care how bad the heat treat is. I don't care. I don't care if it's the worst heat treat in the history of heat treats. I don't care if it's the worst garbage level of D2 that there is. It's still D2. It's still a lock, crossbar lock. It's still an overall package. It's still a great knife. And it's still $10. What do you expect? Like Chavez level heat treat for $10. You expect Medford Victorian D2 level for $10. Sometimes I see people make these arguments about blade steels or about knives like this that are a budget cost, and they're making these points and arguments like everybody doesn't already know that. We already know that they're budget knives and they're not the quality of these other expensive knives. Nobody's fooled about that. We're not, the wool isn't over our eyes. We're not going into it and buying these knives thinking that these are just the most amazing things, and then you need to come along and educate us and let us know, oh no, wait, there's all these things wrong with that knife. Everybody already knows. They just don't care because it's only $10. I saw this knife done on a tailor, done this on Best Damn EDC, and they put this against a bug out. Now obviously it's the bug out, so the bug out won, but even he was going on and on about what this knife was capable of for $10. He didn't understand how they could afford to do it. I don't understand how they can afford to do it. Again, worst heat treat in the history of the world. the worst level of D2 that there is, the worst FRN or GRN handles these are ever, all that, a lock bar that's not very good, the springs are going to wear out in no time. Let's say that every bit of that is true. It's only $10. So it's amazing. It's amazing. It's the best D2 I've ever seen because it's D2 that costs $10. It's the best crossbar lock I've ever seen because it's a crossbar lock that only costs $10. So if you're somebody that wants a really good, reliable knife, and a lot of people, they either are buying these knives because they truly, honestly cannot afford those next level knives. So when somebody comes in beating those knives up and telling them how those knives are garbage and they need to get this and that and spend more money on this and that, what is that saying to that person that truly they can't afford it? Okay, yeah, I know my knife is garbage, and I'm sorry that I can't have a knife like you, but this is my world, that's your world. Let's all live in our own worlds. But also, they might just not care. They might just not care. My brother, when I went to Cabela's with him, and I was looking at all those expensive knives, there was an old man that worked at Cabela's. I don't know why he was working in the knife section, because he was not a good representative for the knives. Because my brother was sitting there like looking at the prices that I was looking at and willing to spend, and he was like, I just don't get it and understand. I don't, like, buy you a $25 knife and it will be just fine. You'll cut everything that you need to cut with the $25 knife. And I went on, and that old man was agreeing with him. And that old man pulled out his old folder, his case knife that he had for 25 years. There was hardly any blade left. He had sharpened it so many times. But he used that knife, and he was going on and on. And I kept telling him, well, it's a blade steel, it's a material. And they both was like, I don't care. It's just a knife. So some people do have that opinion. I don't have that opinion. I love premium steels. I love premium materials. But what I'm saying is that some people buy these knives for a reason. And we just have to accept that. Whether we're that way or not, I don't want to live and buy $10 knives. I want to buy Chavez. I want to buy Sabenzas. I want to buy premium level knives. But the truth is the truth. That isn't the only knives I can afford to get, and the only knives I have. I have to get, the majority of my knives are budget knives for a reason. And most people are the same exact way. So when you can get this right here and a $10 knife, jump on it, use it, beat it to death. Save your expensive knives for looking at playing special occasions, and jerk out this $10 knife that if you beat it and break it and tear it apart and mess the blade up, you'll be surprised how much this thing will endure and how long it'll last. But if you do, so what? You'll go back and spend another $10. In 3 years, you spent $20 on knives, and you've got two excellent knives, and you spent $20 over a 3-year period, and you saved all your expensive knives. That's why I love this knife so much. Not because I'm fooled about what it is. The next alternate is this right here. The M16 from CRKT. It's one of the best versions. It's one of the best models that they have. Now, not this version of this model, but just the M16. CRKT sells a ton of them for a reason. They are fantastic. They're very popular. They sell, you can get these in Tonto tip. You can get them in small ones, long ones. You can get them in full size. You can get them in flat earth. You can get them in black. You can get them in satin blade. You can get, maybe not satin blade, but you can get them black coated blade. You can get it in flat earth tan, the handle and the blade. You can get it serrated, partly serrated, all serrated, just on and on and on. There are so many versions of this knife for a reason, because they sell these things like hotcakes, and they always have. They are extremely great knives. Now, the M16 is only an ACR, but we just had a conversation about that. I feel the same way about ACR. It is not a premium steel. It is horrible compared to premium steels. It is not going to hold an edge long. It is not going to do anything that you need it to do for a long period of time. But if you're willing to sharpen your edge, if you're willing to take a hone all the time, and you're willing to take that knife and you're willing to take and put some level into it, some love and care, some TLC, you're always going to be able to cut anything you need to cut with it. And it's a great knife. These are under $50. This is another knife, a frame lock knife, steel handles, a reversible pocket clip. Now this is only tipped down, so it's going to be a turnoff for some people. but it's a tip down knife. It is what it is. But I love this knife. I think it's fantastic. I want to get a bigger one that is a Tonto tip and flat earth color. I want to get that one very soon. But this thing right here is awesome. It's got a spear point. It's got a really nice swedge, pokey, piercing. It's like, you know, somebody in the military, law enforcement, any type of police officer or anything, and you want to get them a really nice little knife that they can use for their job, that they can pull out and use really light, out of the way, low profile, but if they did need it for self-defense or cutting bandages or anything like that that they need to use, an M16 would be a great gift, regardless of what M16 version it is. And the last knife that I'm going to show you in the alternates is the Feldspar. This was in a 3-knife challenge last night for a reason. To me, this is one of the best knives under 50 bucks, but I had some other ones that I wanted to include, so I threw this one out and listed as an alternate, just because it's an older version, and there's so many other knives that are out newer. Excellent handles. Excellent handles, a deep carry pocket clip that is reversible, left hand or right hand, but that blade is D2. Now this is the 3.5-inch version, and you can also get a 3-inch version. Excellent ergonomics, feels great in the hand, dual thumb studs, and look at that blade. That slicey, piercing blade. This is an EDC dream right here. This knife is amazing, and again, it's D2. So if you want a really good knife, full steel liners, excellent spacers, you want a really solid knife, a solid performer that's been around for a while and it's got a good reputation for a reason, the CJRB Feldspar is one of those knives. You can rely on it. It's excellent, and all around, it's one of the best knives under 50 bucks. But here, let me show you the last few that I've got. This next one is a newer knife that just came out. I absolutely love it. It's the Cicada's Wing. This is probably the best EDC knife on the table. It's the lightweight feel of a bug out in Deca. It's got the action of an Iridium or a Bel Air. So the action is insane. It's fidgety as all get out. Again, lightweight of a Deca or a bug out. The action of a Iridium or Bel Air. Look at that blade. Talk about a slicey, look how thin that blade stock is. Talk about a slicey, piercing, poking. This thing is the best EDC knife on the table. Now, the Cicada's Wing is in 10CR, so it's not even 8CR, 9CR, it's 10CR, so you're getting some durability there, some toughness, some corrosion resistance, edge retention. 10CR. Still not a super steel or premium steel, but for under 50 bucks, it's hard to beat the Cicada's Wing. This is, in my opinion, the best EDC knife on the table by far, hands down, no question. This thing is insanely good. Very slicey, very thin, very just capable, and it's fun. If you don't have a Cicada's Wing, it's a best Techman Cicada's Wing. These things are fantastic. They're a little smaller, but they fit my hand well. They are a deep carry pocket clip. It is reversible, left hand or right hand. It's tip up only. I mean, just this knife. You can't beat this knife. For under 50 bucks, the best Techman Cicada's Wing. Look at that knife. Look at that blade. Talk about that's an EDC blade right there. That's what that is. That blade shape and profile is perfect for EDC. Thumb studs, excellent. Action is excellent. This next knife is a knife that I've been harping on a lot lately. I'm absolutely in love with this knife, and it is the Akri from Miguron. I love this knife. It's under 50 bucks. You can get them on Amazon right now if you're a Prime member. Under 50 bucks. Thick, very thick steel liners. Incredible G10 handles. Titanium pocket clip. It is a liner lock. A massive, massive chunk of 14C820N blade steel. 14C28 blade steel. This thing is excellent. It's a front flipper. Hollow grind. Look how big that blade is. I mean, this blade is massive. This is a steak knife right here in your pocket. This is also an elegant, sleek, executive knife, gentleman style knife. A knife that, like I said in a previous video, you can get as a gift for a person or a boss or something like that. Something you'll see somebody in a suit and tie wearing or carrying. This thing is fantastic. And it's under 50 bucks. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of the best overall deals on the table because of the materials. The G10, the massive chunk of 14C, the titanium handle or the pocket clip just all the way around. This thing is so well made. The fit and finish is on par with Petrified fish. That's what makes Miguron so nice. It's not the materials, because it's only the pocket clip made out of titanium is a gimmick. It's one little bitty piece of titanium. It's the pocket clip. No big deal. Has no function or form to the knife at all. It doesn't do anything for the knife except for allow you to say that you have titanium on your knife. That's it. In my opinion. Now, I could be wrong, but in my opinion. But everything else about this knife is fantastic. It just is. This knife is just absolutely fantastic. Excellent knife right here. One of the best deals on the table. Just a great knife. This knife you can only get at Walmart. I've never seen it anywhere else. You guys probably know what it is already as soon as I say that. I've never seen it on any websites. I don't even see this on Buck's website. I've only seen it at Walmart. Maybe it's a Walmart exclusive. I don't know if they even have those types of things. But it's the Buck Advance. This thing is fantastic. Aluminum handles, carbon fiber inserts, anodized blue pivots, so it's awesome. Dual thumb studs, excellent action, excellent jimping. Now the pocket clip is not deep carry, but it's close, and the screws are not inset, but oh well, we can deal with it. It's only left-handed or right-handed. I mean, it's not reversible, so it's right-handed tip up only. Full steel liners, and I mean they are thick liners, and it's a liner lock. But overall, this knife is gorgeous. Look at the swedge on that blade. Look at that. And this is a hollow grind. Another absolutely fantastic knife. Fantastic slicer. Fantastic EDC knife. This is 420. And we know what Buck can do with 420. Between this and the 110 Slim, they're 420. They get so much out of their 420 because of their heat treating process and stuff like that. So they're fantastic. The Buck Advance only sold at Walmart for 40 bucks, and I'm telling you, everybody needs to get one of these because look how good looking that knife is. This is gorgeous. I can't believe they sell these things for 40 bucks, and I can't believe they sell them at Walmart, and only at Walmart. These things are fantastic. I've loved this every day since I've got it, and I play with it all the time. The Buck Advance, under 50 bucks, materials-wise, hard to beat this knife. And the last knife I've got for you right now is not the best knife on the table, probably the best fit and finish on the table, and it's another knife from last night's 3-knife challenge. It is the Petrified Fish Victor. Under 50 bucks. This thing is a robust, solid performing beast. It's heavy, it's thick, it's durable, full steel liners, burlap micarta, an excellent spacer right there. I think that's G10, maybe it's micarta as well. K110 blade steel, Bowie style. It has no thumb studs. It is a liner lock, so it has no thumb studs or anything, but it does have a flipper in the back for that excellent action. It also has, one side has a hole in it, not the other, so that you can do the reverse flick or something with your fingers or thumbs if you're capable of doing that. I cannot do the reverse flick, but some people can. But if you hold it in your other hand, you can do the thumb flip with it, with that hole. So all the way around, Petrified Fish, this K110 blade steel, it's a coated blade, Bowie style. This is the best fit and finish on the table. It's right up there with the Akri. These two are the best fit and finish on the table, and the Petrified Fish actually edges out the Miguron. The Petrified Fish has, for their budget knives, they have the best fit and finish on the market, in my opinion. They're absolutely fantastic. They're awesome. They're amazing. But you can get this right here for under 50 bucks. The Petrified Fish Victor. What a fantastic knife. And once you own it and you use it, you'll understand why the fuss is there about it. But either way, guys, I appreciate it. That's my knives that I have that are under 50 bucks and the best 10 that I have with a few alternates there. I appreciate everybody. Remember, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I've got a few more videos I'm going to do for today if you request that I'm going to do. And I've got some stuff coming up. I'm building another side of my room later today so that I can do some cutting tests. And I'm going to put out some videos tonight with cutting tests. And I've got a special thing planned for the cutting test. Wait till you guys see it. I think you're really going to like my idea what I'm doing with this cutting test stuff. But really quick, James McCann, War Room EDC, Kevin Faulkner, David Young, None for Now, Mick Granger, Mike Link, Viking View, Tyler Powers, Mike N, John Pepper, Mike J, James White, Tricky 48, Woods Walker, Mutt Stumbo, Dean Brame, Sandy Milne, Gilman 23, Blake, Bargansky, and Sebastian W. I love you, son. All of you guys are great, fantastic. I appreciate you premium members. Remember, February 28th is right around the corner. If you want to be a member of the premium members for the knife of the month, on the last day of the month, we're having that drawing, and only premium members are going to be in that for that knife. It's always going to be $100 in value. This one for this month is about $160, and the one that I've got for next month is really nice as well. I've already got it, and I'll reveal it on the day when I do the live stream for the premium members. Where we have the drawing for that knife. If you join at Tier 1, it's $2 a month, and it's one name in the hat. Tier 2 is 3 names in the hat, and Tier 3 is 5 names in the hat. I don't get the money. It all goes towards the knives. The more people that are part of it, the better the knives are going to be, and the more knives there will possibly be so that we can give it away. If you're a Tier 1 member, in 1 year you will spend $24, and you will get 12 different chances at a $100 minimum value $100 knife, but usually well over $100. So don't feel anybody pressure to join, but if you want to join the premium members, there is a knife of the month that I'm going to be giving away just to premium members. The other giveaway on the 3rd is still for everybody else. So I appreciate everybody, whether you're a premium member, a subscriber, even if you're not a subscriber and you just watch my videos. I appreciate you very much, guys. I appreciate it. I've got a lot of things coming up. I think you guys are going to like it. Sorry about the soapbox earlier about this right here. I'm just passionate about knives, and I'm passionate about this, and I just try to look at everything from everybody's perspective, not just my own. So I care about people, and I care about how people feel about the things that they have, and I want people to feel pride in things that they own. And I hate seeing somebody have pride in something and somebody else coming and tearing it down, because we all live according to our own circumstances in life. And to somebody out there, this is all they can have, and this is their grill knife. So I don't want to beat this up. I want to find the positives about this and pump this up. So I appreciate it. Guys, thank you all very much. I'm Chris, I'm Professional Dad. I love every one of you all. I appreciate every one of you all, and I wish you all sharp knives and happy lives. Take care. I'll see you next time.